planning for this started more than 5 months ago. We didn't even think we were going to do it in 2019. It was originally planned to be in 2020, but it's given us an opportunity because as the stars aligning around things happening around tourism tech, national focus on how to make tourism more productive, and our own efforts and success we've had at Startup Queenstown Lakes in our first year sort of building some momentum, that it made the right sense to launch the event in 2019, and so here we are.
And do you think it's the right strategy to go tourism tech, or would it be well advised to leave tourism behind? I guess it's a really important decision.
If we were 20 years ago, when the technology ecosystem and startup ecosystem really started to thrive, I'd say you want to go wide, unless you can play to a strength. And so you have markets that played to strengths. Some had mechanical, engineering background, and some had software and technology, hardware background. Others had other types. What do we have here? We have tourism. We know it really well. We have a lot of really smart people who live here, who work in the space, and my experience, they're yearning to find new ways to stretch that intellect. And so I think tourism tech is a great place. From a strategy perspective for startup ecosystems, if you go wide, you got to have a really large base of entrepreneurs who can provide service. This community is very small, right? And we have a unique makeup different from the rest of the country or other larger markets. We don't have that full-time university with tons of young people coming through. We don't have those universities generating lots of unique IP that could be commercialized. You have to play to strengths. And I think in terms of the timing, with so much focus now on over-tourism, with moving people from point A to point B, the industry itself looking at the small dip we've had recently in terms of numbers, they've got to start being more creative about how they maintain margins and profit. They're looking for solutions. I don't know, the stars are aligned.
In New Zealand, we're famous for being smart and innovative, but we're also reasonably well known for having a very limited capital base. There's not that much money here. How are you tracking? Are you finding that you're beating any averages, or you're just doing as well as other startup incubators and hubs throughout the rest of the country?
When I talk to the entrepreneurs who are raising, and it's a very small pool here right now, I'm not hearing from them that I'm not getting access to capital. But by virtue of the fact that New Zealand is so small, when you want to get capital, it's a very quick plane ride in a very small community to go get those things.
Now, in terms of wages, I guess tourism is quite famous for low wages, but it's our biggest export industry. The good thing about diversification is we're going to push wages up quite a bit. By being operational near the tourism sector, is there a risk you'll be seen by the existing industry as being a pressure point to push wages up?
Well, I think wages would go up if we have a lot of companies who are hiring talent that otherwise might be looking to live in this region, who would be working in those businesses. When it comes to the amount of that transient, short-term worker population, I don't think we're going to change or influence that too much. What I really hope operators see the work we're doing around building a tourism tech hub here is that we're bringing more tech to the marketplace that allows them not to necessarily need more staff to do the same amount of work, or even potentially be able to be more refined in how they use their staffing and let technology do the work that currently people do. So I think wages should go up and will go up as a result of that, but I don't think it's a one-to-one correlation. I think there's going to be not a direct cause and effect there.
So you're about 14, 15 months into your existence. It's a short bit of time. What score would you give yourself, James, in terms of what you've achieved so far? I mean, are you at 70%, 50, 90? How would you score yourself?
Well, if 1 was the worst job ever of building an ecosystem and 10 was building the best ecosystem ever, I feel like we're at a 7.5 or an 8. I feel good about it. I feel we're punching above our weight. We have a very small team. We're hustling really hard to create opportunity, and we've been very conscientious of how we spend our dollars and resources. We've also spent a lot of time testing things. We trial everything. There's nothing sacred in what we do. We're trying to build good relationships with the Chamber of Commerce in Wanaka and Queenstown to make sure that we complement the work that they do. I think there's a lot of improvement in terms of how we engage with those parties as well as others in the community. So I'd say that's why we're not an 8 or 9 or 10 yet. I think in terms of serving the ecosystem, I haven't heard a story since we launched where someone said I didn't get help trying to get my idea off the ground. So I'd say that's a win. That puts me at the 10. In terms of opportunity to be better communicators to the marketplace, to make sure our programming fits the needs of the marketplace, we've got more to do, and we'll keep testing until we get it right.